Hi everyone, I'm going to give you a quick overview and review of the hand grinder by Handground today. It's a relatively new product. It was a Kickstarter in 2015 and then finally started shipping around Thanksgiving of this year. So here is the grinder itself. It has the crank on the side, which gives it a little bit more natural of a motion than most hand grinders, which the grinder is on top. It is plastic all throughout, aside from the bottom chamber where your beans will come into, which is actually made of glass. It actually has adjustable 16 different steps. So 1, 1.5, 2, 2.5, 3, 3.5, and so on. It goes from, they say it goes from espresso all the way up to French press. And with your hand grinder, you actually get their little recommendation for recipes, as well as what the grind setting should be on the hand grinder for that. In addition to their little recipe circuit, when you get the hand grinder, you also get this little silicone mat that prevents the hand grinder from moving when you're grinding. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna go ahead and grind the coffee on the lowest setting 1 to see the consistency, how long it takes, as well as how fine it is, and then I'll wind it all the way up and I'll grind it on the highest setting. So again, we can see the consistency, how long it takes, as well as how thick it is. So like I said, I'll start down on 1, which is the lowest setting. And so to open it up, you just turn the top to the right, pop it off, and then drop in your coffee. So I'm gonna use about 17 grams per their line measurement, which is about to the second line there, so 1, 2. Then I'm gonna hop the grinder back on, and then I'm gonna grind away. So all right, so got all that ground out. So let's see what that looks like. So it's fine. It's probably good for espresso. So now I'm going to put this bottom back on, and I'm just going to adjust up to the biggest setting, which all you do is turn this ring right here, and then we're at the highest setting. And so now I'm going to do the same thing with about 17 grams of coffee on the biggest setting. So now I'm going to grind this out at the biggest setting. So here we are at the thickest setting. Kind of all over the place in terms of grind consistency. Have some things that are like pebbles and others that are relatively fine. So I would say if you're regularly doing French press, this might not be the best grinder for you, just because of the inconsistency there, where they're recommending to do the French press. But I think anything in between, it's a great hand grinder. It's a lot more natural emotion than doing this, and it is pretty quick to get through a good amount of coffee when you're not on the finest setting. So anything from just a standard drip coffee or a Chemex or even a V60. I've had it for a month now and use it a couple times a week. Overall, I like it for a hand grinder, so I would definitely recommend it.